Hubert Davis and Popeye. And at the beginning of the season, none of these players were really looked at as starters. Teron Lewis thought of to be the starter, and Popeye Jones and Hubert Davis were going to be backup players.
The basket will not count. And they'll say that Chris Whitney was fouled on the floor and give the Wizards the ball out of bounds. It's on Chucky Atkins.
He gets a little contact, a little reach in, very close to continuation. Take another look. Oh, he traveled, looked like, too.
Popeye finds Jordan. Now Popeye wide open for a jumper, and he knocks it down.
Well, that's what you got to do. When teams gamble, send two players to Jordan, and you have that much time, you really got to hurt them by making that open shot. And Popeye's been pretty consistent with that.
Averaging almost 7 points a game and almost 8 rebounds. He's tied for 24th in the league in rebounding. Stackhouse baseline good. Jerry Stackhouse at 23.5 points a game is 11th in the league. Jordan at 25 points a game is 7th. Wizards were on a 7-0 run since that timeout, and that's the first basket to break that run up by Detroit.
I think Popeye had intentions of dropping that pass down to Jahadi White.
There are 8 seconds on the shot clock. Jordan into the paint. No good. And score by Popeye.
I don't know if that was considered a block. Ben Wallace, we told you, averages over 3 leads the league in that department. But Popeye with those ready hands grabbed that ball and put it up before the shot clock went off.
Popeye has made all 3 of his field goal fills, 2 outside shots, and that layup.
Well, the layup is what we've really grown accustomed to seeing from him. The good hands inside in traffic and the quick putbacks.
And the Wizards have tied the game at 13 after another Detroit turnover. Popeye jump hook, that's short, a little bit out of his range for the jump hook. And here's Atkins following traffic, lays it up, and didn't get the shot. Trying to draw contact, they wouldn't call the foul.
Yeah. Washington in transition. Oh, nice shot from Jordan. They have to be careful that they're not creating a convoy so these guards, especially somebody like Chucky Atkins, can use them as a screen.
Wizards have their first lead of the game, 15-13. And it's tied up again after Washington came back from 7 points down. Moving first quarter of action here. Just 3:40 to go in the period. Jordan off the screen again.
Oh, nice pass.
But Chris can't get the shot up. There's a mismatch somewhere. And there's Jahadi who lost the ball. Goes up, can't get it to go. And no foul. Boy, they are playing inside. Stackhouse jumper missed it. Nice pass. Michael gets the ball and can't get the shot to go, but draws the foul. It's on Michael Curry. Here's another look.
That's got to rank 10 on a level of difficulty. Jordan moving in one direction and then has to spin back. Watch, he's going to his right there. Then he has to turn back the other way, knowing the defender's coming there. Gets the contact from Curry, but unfortunately doesn't get the ball to go down.
He did a nice job just to keep that ball in bounds.
Absolutely.
John Barry checks in. Excuse me, Phil, as we take a look at what Michael has done the last 4 games.
Yeah, I mean, just incredible. 2 40-point games, 30 and then 29. He's shooting above 50% in those 4 games, and that's critical, but that averages out to 35 a game. And, of course, Jordan will be playing in his 13th All-Star game.
And will be starting, as a matter of fact. Absolutely. Michael has 6 points, and Carlisle won. The Wizards were led by Felipe Lopez in the first game with 23. Juwan Howard in the victory, 35 points, and Rip Hamilton in the second win had 40. Atkins got it. Chucky Atkins, who was 6 for 6 from three-point range in their 107-90 win against Atlanta Friday.
Yeah, this team, it led them in scoring that game. One of the few games that Stackhouse wasn't the leading scorer. But this team's not afraid to put up three. They average over 18 attempts from three-point range. Nice pass inside. Beautiful. When they're moving around and rotating, that's the best time to try and zip some of those passes through. When you see that open lane, get those passes in there.
8 points in the quarter for Popeye Jones. Popeye's in his 9th year in the league, went to Murray State. Barry off the screen, and John Barry in his 10th year from Georgia Tech. He's averaging 8 points a game, and is 3rd in the NBA in three-point shooting.
One of those players coming off the bench, ready to fire. He's locked and loaded. Nice pass again.
Blocked from behind, and this time they called a foul on Ben Wallace. I thought maybe they just let him block underneath the whole game, which wouldn't be so bad.
Well, I'll tell you what, that looked like that was less contact than the one we saw moments ago with Jahidi inside. But good movement.
Alexander off the bench had 4. Stackhouse and Atkins led Detroit with 7 apiece. Nobody else on that team scored more than 2. Here's Barry, who got a field goal in the first. Jelko Rabracha against Haywood. Into the paint. Shoots and scores. It's twice he's done that.
He's made 2 nice moves inside against another 7-footer that is developing a quick reputation for being a good shot blocker in Brendan Haywood.
Tyronn Lue in the Washington lineup, along with Tyrone Nesby. Both have played extremely well the last half a dozen games. Jordan baseline, got hammered, and will go to the line. Called it on Clifford Robinson, and on Cliff, that's his first person.
Well, Jordan feeling that he can get by Cliff Robinson, does just that, gets the angle, forces the contact from Cliff, and gets to the free throw line.
Michael misses the free throw. Shooting 79% coming into this game, is now 2 for 3 from the line. 7 points in the game for Jordan, who, along with his 25-point average, averages 6.5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1.5 steals. Robinson drives on Nesby and got fouled going up. And it will be on Tyrone Nesby.
Well, Clifford Robinson always presents some very challenging types of skills. At 6'10", loves to shoot the three-pointer, but can also put the ball on the floor and go to the basket. Doesn't do it a lot. He seems to fall in love with that outside shot, but he does have the skill for getting to the basket. That time he drew the foul and missed the first free throw.
Robinson, as you pointed out, Phil, likes to shoot the long-range jumper. In fact, he ranks 2nd among NBA centers with 56 three-pointers made on the season.
It's interesting they categorize him as a center. I would think of him as a forward and Ben Wallace as the center, but nice shot.
Michael Jordan with 9 points. Yeah, for that particular stat, they use him as a center. Kirk Nowitzki leads all centers. He's got 80 three-pointers. Ray LaFrenz has 50. Big jumper from Damon Jones, the 4th-year star from Houston, who averages 5 points a game. Lue, nice pass to Nesby. Off the glass and in.
I like the way he took the ball to the basket and didn't settle for that short mid-range jump shot, which sometimes can be a little difficult. Instead, he took it right to the glass and put it in.
Corliss Williamson in the game for Detroit as well. This is Williamson. Turns and scores. Corliss Williamson in his 7th year from Arkansas, who had 18 points off the bench against the Wizards the last time they played, making 10 of 11 free throws in that game.
Yeah, they have some players come off the bench that can put numbers up rather quickly.
And that will count because Williamson was in the circle when Lou ran into him.
Well, his argument is that he was outside that circle, but we get the privilege of taking a look at this on replay, and we're going to get a real good look. Does he get outside there? No, he sure doesn't. You can see his feet on the line.
Good call, Mendy.
You be Mendy. Good concentration from Lou, too. Yeah. He knows that he's going to run into a wall.
Yeah. And truth be told, Williamson had great position.
He had the position, but you can't be inside that semicircle.
Right.
And Washington not taking advantage by missing a couple of these free throws. Jordan missed one, and Lou didn't convert the finish the three-point play.
Wizards are 5 for 8 from the free throw line. Damon Jones cross court. Curry's long jumper got it. Michael Curry averages 4 points a game. Not drafted out of Georgia Southern. Plays CBA ball and all over the place in the world. Jordan off the glass. 11 points for MJ.
That's where that strength is so important. He had a little bit of a wedge inside between he and the baseline and Curry. He was able to maintain that position, in fact enlarge it and get an angle to the basket.
Williamson with Nesby on him, shoots and gets the bounce.
Washington's got to get a couple of stops now. I mean, they've got their offense in here, that's fine, but they can't trade baskets.
Jordan off the screen, that's partially blocked by Rabracha. Michael trying to get the steal, and he does.
That's a good call.
Barry says he got hit in the face and says, "Where's the foul? He hit me in the mouth."
Well, that wasn't Jordan.
Timeout with 8:32 to go in the half.
You'll get it. It's not easy. Tehran to Tyrone, and he draws a foul on Rabracha. So Tyrone Nesby goes to the line where he's 18 of 23 on the season.
I think you mentioned that before, that Tyrone has been coming into the game lately with a... Well, here's the play, the pick and roll. And this time, once again, they have two players on Tehran, and that's the way you pick up those quick fouls.
Jordan lays it off for Nesby. Michael fires from long range. It's short. Tipped up and taken by Lou, who hit Nesby with a pass. Now Michael inside, off the glass, no good, and he is fouled by Williamson.
Well, that's the rebounding factor that we talked about. Remember, Ben Wallace not in the game. Rabracha, a big body, and is capable of asserting himself on the boards, but right now has just not really produced the consistent numbers inside. But Washington getting time after time offensive rebounds and loose balls inside.
Michael Jordan, who scored 41 the other night. The last time he has scored 40 or more points in 3 consecutive games is back in 1992. November 20th at the Lakers, 54. The 22nd at Phoenix, 40. And the 24th at Golden State, 49. So he got them all on the road, Phil.
Well, unlike this year with the big scoring nights, most of them have been here.
Jordan had 40 against Cleveland, 41 against Phoenix. He's got 12 right now. Blocked by Haywood. That's number 53 on the season.
That's when you love those big men to be behind you, to come over and erase any mistake. Corliss Williams trying to take Jordan inside. Jordan gets some help from his teammate. Haywood says, "Not here, son."
Brendan is tied for 15th in the league in blocked shots. Fall away, no good. And Lou runs the show. Alley-oop, Nesby couldn't get the finger roll, but gets the rebound.
He got back up there. He was underneath the basket.
Lou takes the jumper, a little short. Alexander gets the flip shot.
So if you're wondering why Detroit's not, watch out for transition, wondering why Detroit's not boxing out, Washington's real lively on their feet. They're moving around. There's no one to box out. And they're beating Detroit to the ball right now.
Lou pushes it up, lightning quick. Sometimes he's too quick for the rest of the team.
How about that quickness coming from Nesby? I mean, he was on the baseline, came back and got the rebound.
Luke gets it out. Alexander a little bit short. Hayward is there. Up strong, and he draws the foul. I think they might get John Barry.
That could have possibly been Rebraca, too. But you're right. That's who they back in Detroit.
Jordan drives, lost the ball, gets it back, and has it blocked. And while Michael was out of bounds, the ball hit him in the head. And I mean, Ben Wallace got all ball.
Yeah, I mean, he's so quick and strong. And, you know, when he was here at 6'8", 6'9", he still jumps the way he did then. And you just wonder how long the legs are going to last. But he keeps himself in good shape, and he still has that strength.
That hurt. Chucky Atkins, 11th in the league in three-point shooting, has 10 points tonight. And the Pistons have cut the Washington lead to 1. Move by Hubert Davis. Lays it off for Whitney. 3 seconds to shoot, and he draws a foul. And Whitney will go to the line. What a heady play by the veteran from Clemson.
Well, he knew how much time he had left. I don't think John, I think John realized the shot clock was winding down, but didn't know exactly how much. And I think John kind of gave up on the play there. He gets fake, kind of leans into him. There's the contact.
Atkins, alley-oop. What a play! Sensational. They couldn't get it off in time. Detroit ends the quarter on an 11-5 run. Jordan, 12 points in the game. But they outscore Washington 27-23 in the period and come back to tie the game at 49 as we are at half. Played it for Jordan, lost it going up. It just slipped out of his hands. They run 2-on-1. Atkins with an easy layup. The Wizards are going to have to take a timeout. The last 15 minutes as Whitney connects.
Is that a 2? Yeah, just a 2.
Jordan for the game, 5 of 18, has 14 points. Chris Whitney has 13 points in the contest. And Detroit leads by 1. What a shot from Clifford Robinson in his 13th year from UConn. Had to go way up high to drop it in.
Dave Pistons did a good job in rotating that ball around the perimeter, spreading the defense out, and then dropping that lob pass over the defense.
Let's check in with George Johnson. George? Buck, real quickly, defensively, Doug Collins told his team, you're getting caught in these screens, especially the moving screens. You've got to fight through them. Offensively, he'd like to see them slow it down, execute. That'll get points. Back to you.
Tough to stop that. Jerry Stackhouse, who has 20 points in the game, averages 23.5, and Popeye over the timeline. 4:20 to play, third quarter. Wizards have not lost a game this year when leading after 3. Jones long jumper too far out. Ben Wallace, open jump shot, and cans it. And Detroit has matched their largest lead of 7. Ben had 12 rebounds, and as Phil mentioned, 5 blocks in 34 minutes when they played back on November 4th. Now Popeye gets a good look at it. Can't get it to fall. Barry shoots and misses. 2 Wizards are there.
Good job of getting back that time in transition.
Detroit on a 6-0 run. Fans come to life in Washington. Trying to cheer the Wizards on to their 3rd straight win. Davis spins, throws it up, missed it. Popeye is there, fires up a wild shot, no good, and Wallace has the rebound.
Well, I think Popeye's going to walk over to Jack Nees, one of the officials, and say, hey, how about on my shot attempt? There was a lot of contact between he and Ben Wallace. So watch this play here. Wallace going up for the block. Now Popeye secures it. Well, not as much contact as I thought, but I think that was his argument.
Yeah, I agree with you. Courtney Alexander comes into the game. Brendan Haywood is in. Popeye Jones remains in the contest. Jahidi comes out. Open jumper, and they got another one. Stackhouse with 22. It's a 9-point Pistons lead. The Wizards are going to need a timeout. 22nd timeout. And they'll call a full timeout with 2:43 to go in the third quarter.
Boy, the team also making having an improved record. They were 15-26 at this time.
Jordan scores, has 16 points in the game. Last year, the Pistons were 32-50, fifth in the Central. They missed the playoffs for the first time in 3 years. Stackhouse to Barry, wide open, and he drills it.
Interesting play. I mean, he went to the baseline so hard and strong. He knew that he was going to make that pass over there to Barry. Yeah.
Barry, who played in 62 games last year in Sacramento, averaged 5 points, averaging 8 points here, and it is the largest lead of the game, 10 points. Popeye, nice play. A season high 17 points for Popeye Jones.
Well, that'll be Brendan's third personal.
Chris Whitney will get a blow, and Teron Lue comes in. Here's another look.
So you see Cliff Robinson just rolling right to the basket. And Brendan was caught behind him, and he reached out and grabbed him.
1:30 to play in the third quarter. Atkins around Lue, off the glass. Wallace is right there. And Ben looked like he turned an ankle, but he looks like he might run it off. 9 points for Ben Wallace, who in 1998-99 led Washington in rebounds per game at over 8, and blocked shots at about 2, and field goal percentage at 58%. Alexander, an offensive foul is called on Courtney Alexander. His third.
Well, once again, Detroit's bench coming in and having an impact. John Barry forcing the turnover, getting the charge call there. And it's a close call there. He's still kind of moving, leaning in towards Courtney Alexander.
And Teron Lue is whistled for a foul as well. That's the first on Lue. Ben Wallace having a big third quarter. He had 2 points and 2 rebounds in the entire first half. In the third quarter, Wallace has 7 points and 5 rebounds. He did have 3 blocks in the first half. Largest lead in the game for Detroit, 11 points. As Popeye Jones comes out with 17 points and Tyrone Nesby is in. Chucky Atkins will get another one, a 62% free throw shooter, makes them both. And it is a 12-point Piston lead. They won the first game 100-78 against the Wizards. They'll play again February 20th in Detroit and back here on March 7th. Lue for the 2-point jumper, got it. 4 points for Teron Lue. Cuts it to 10. Haywood chases it down to Jordan with 18 seconds to go in the quarter, and the shot clock is off. Jordan got fouled by Barry.
Well, they had a foul to give, and that's why they committed that so quickly. Didn't want to get in the act of shooting, of course. Time to operate, right.
Good patience by Barry. Very smart player like his dad. Knew where the clock was and the fact they had the foul to give.
Yeah, you're talking about having somebody like John Barry and Corliss Williamson coming off the bench for you. These guys can produce. They were one-time starters on other teams.
Jordan springs free, slips, fires a fadeaway, missed it. Oh, he got it! Off the glass! I saw it going left, and it went off the glass.
Never say never.
But Michael Jordan, you are right.
I, too, thought this ball. First of all, he loses his footing, gets back up, and he knows he doesn't have much time. Has to fade a little bit to the left, but he uses the square and gets the glass.
Stackhouse with 22 points in the game. Jordan with 18, 6 points in each quarter, and a tremendous shot to end this one. And after 3, it's Detroit 76, Washington 68. Wizards on an 8-0 run, the last 6 points by MJ, and they've cut the Pistons lead to 4.
The area from the wings, they're not falling for him.
Rabraja muscled by Haywood, throws it up and missed it, and Haywood picks it to lose. Wizards were down by 12 and battled back to cut it to 4 with a spurt. Here's Jordan again. Haywood, and they call a jump ball.
So I think they're calling a foul, yeah. Haywood beat him to the ball, but got pushed by either Rabraja or Corliss Williamson. But you can just sense this this enthusiasm back in this team and this crowd. Jordan takes the shot, goes off to the side, and you could go on either one of them.
No shot. Another foul on Detroit called. They got it on Damon Jones, his first. Alexander's jumper. Wizards on a 10-0 run have cut this lead to 2.
Courtney Alexander has shot the ball well this game, and that's what they're looking for from Courtney.
And the Pistons lose the ball out of bounds. Former UVA star Rick Carlisle, who went to Maine before transferring to Virginia back in '82. Co-captain of the Cavaliers' 1984 NCAA Final Four team. Looking for Jordan, baseline jumper. The Wizards have come from 12 down to tie it at 76. Of the 12 points by Michael Jordan. And a fresh 24 for the Pistons. Barry, they go into Williamson. Fadeaway, no good. Rebound, Nesby.
Well, all of a sudden the lid is on the basket for Detroit. And Washington applying the pressure and converting baskets at the other end.
Loose jumper, no good. Boy, that would have sent this crowd through the roof.
Looks good.
I think Stackhouse has touched the ball much at all in this run. One time.
And now he has.
Stackhouse drives, misses. Nesby baseline. Wow. 8:48 to play in regulation. Williamson, double team. Swing it to Barry. Stackhouse for 3.
All the things Stackhouse does, he's shooting about 25, 26% from three-point range. Not a a good percentage. Boy, the kids.
Nesby can't get it to fall. Well, the Wizards have 3 outstanding chances to take the lead. Barry around the screen. Great pass. Blocked by Haywood. Alexander, no. Nesby's there, and he pulls it out and loses the ball.
Boy, isn't this something? They've had about 4 or 5 shots. They can't seem to get this basket to go down, but they're hustling at the other end. A great block from Brendan Haywood to deny Stackhouse that last shot. Well, take another look.
Great pass from Barry, but Haywood sent it down. Atkins around Lou. Good defense. Inside, and Jordan fouls Robinson. And Robinson will shoot a pair. Boy, it has been just fast and furious here, and the Wizards unable to get that bucket to give them the lead.
Well, they're going to say the foul occurred before the shot attempt. Yeah, Detroit taking it out of bounds.
Wow. I don't see how you can call it that in the NBA. He was shooting.
Good pressure applied by Lou.
Nesby trying to get the steal, and a big basket from Clifford Robinson. Detroit shot 56% through 3 quarters. They are 1 of 7 from the field in this period. Lou pulls up. That's way short, and rebound from Wallace.
Ron should have gone on and taken that switch if Robinson's going to switch out on him.
Barry, jumper, missed it. Kicked out by Wallace to Alexander. Pistons by 2, 6:57 to go in regulation. Alexander off a screen. That's tough if it goes, but he missed it. Haywood tipped it. Barry pulls it down. Barry missed that one. Wow.
Quick shots, no rebounders. That's the second time he's seen Cliff Robinson show, but go ahead and take that. If he's going to switch out on him, I don't think he can stay with Lou. Allow the guy setting the pick to roll to the basket. Here you go here. Now see, Cliff Robinson jumps out, and he seems to go back, go away from that pick. Go with it. Make him take it, and then use your quickness to get by it.
After the Wizards went on the 12-0 run to tie it, they have missed all 6 of their field goals, and Stackhouse buries a dagger. 24 for Stackhouse, and the lead back up to 4. Jordan is resting. Alexander again. 7 seconds to shoot. Lays it off for Davis. Davis, 2 seconds. They get it off in time, and he missed the 3-point attempt. Sometimes Alexander shoots, then Doug Collins gets on him for shooting, and then he gets a little hesitant to take shots. Still looks good. Robinson, no good. Michael is there. Wizards need a hoop in the worst way here. Jordan back in. Finds Davis. Nearly had it stolen by Barry. 5 seconds on the clock. Jordan pulls up. How do you like that?
A lot of contact, and that's what I told you before, Steve. They're allowing a lot of hand contact. That time Jordan and Stackhouse kind of hooked up together, and Jordan almost lost his footing.
What a show those 2 Carolinians are putting on. Stackhouse has 24 points. Jordan has 26. That was the first field goal for Washington in the last 4 minutes and 50 seconds. And once again, they can tie or regain the lead. Steve Buckhantz, Phil Chenier, George Johnson. MJ lays it off Whitney. Whitney's jumper.
He wanted that pick all along. Refused to drop the ball down to Brendan Hayward. Finally, Brendan came up to set the pick.
15 points for Chris Whitney. Wallace against Haywood. And before the shot goes up, they call a foul on Brendan Haywood. Four fouls on Haywood.
Here's that last jumper by Whitney. He gets a pick from Brendan Haywood and hits the open jump shot.
Cross court, Chucky Atkins, backbreaker.
He had plenty of time. And this team not afraid to shoot three-pointers. I mentioned earlier, they average a little over 18 attempts a game.
8 for Jordan in the period, 4 for the rest of the team, and they turn it over. Critical turnover for Washington. 11th of the game. Trailing now by 3. Twice the Wizards have battled back to tie. Atkins. Stolen by Davis. Looking for Jordan, he couldn't get it to him. Now Michael has it baseline, and that's a blocking foul. Wow. Boy, looked like pretty good position from here by Stackhouse.
Yeah.
He's not arguing much. Timeout.
That's the first thing you look at sometimes to see how somebody reacts after a call is made.
Washington with 11 turnovers. Jordan fade away. 28 points for Michael Jordan. Cuts it to 1. He is fantastic. 10 points in the period for MJ. This Pistons team shooting 62% from two-point range for the game and just 24% from three-point range on 5 of 21 shooting.
Well, that foul was called on Hubert Davis, but going back to the last Wizard possession, Jordan gets to the free throw line, extended, and pulls up for that nice jumper, the head fake.
Clifford Robinson, a 78.5% free throw shooter. Misses that one. He's now 1 for 3. Michael Curry back into the game for John Barry.
Well, Barry kind of struggled with his shooting tonight. We mentioned that he's in the top 5 in three-point shooting.
Robinson gets 1. 10 points for Clifford Robinson. And the lead is 2 for the Pistons. Jordan again. Trying to draw a foul. Another bucket. 30 points for MJ. How sweet is that? Long jumper. No good. Jordan the rebound. He can do it all. Game tied at 84, 2:05 remaining regulation. Whitney gets fouled by Robinson. And it'll give the Wizards the ball on the side. 4th team foul, so one more, and Washington will shoot. Wow, what a game this is. Even the Wizards are up off the bench. Another sellout crowd here in Washington. 21st of the season. Jordan jumper, no good. Rebound chipped away by Popeye, and it goes to Detroit. And Barry will come right back into the game. golfer John Derry is. I talked to him before the game, asked him if his handicap was still 3. He said, no, down to 0. But don't tell anybody, he said. Stackhouse drives, fadeaway jumper, that's way short.
Good job by Hubert Davis defensively. Made that shot difficult.
Collins wants a timeout, which Whitney will get. The MCI Center crowd. What a difference 1 year and the greatest player of all time can make.
Good screen. Oh! Wow.
That will send Jordan to the line to shoot 1 plus the penalty, and let's see if Robinson is okay. Jordan right over to check him. He got fooled by the Michael fake and toppled over top.
Yeah, but that's a dangerous situation because he had fully committed to go for that shot, and you turn your back, you have nothing to do but to flip over like that. A lot of times you think that if you turn your back, you'll kind of bump off the player, but at that point, he had gotten in the air, elevated. He's going to flip over, and he's going to be sore for the next couple of days. He's holding his wrist as well.
Jordan is 4 of 6 from the free throw line, has 30 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists. Points in the quarter for Michael Jordan. 6 of 8 from the field. Stackhouse in this period just 2 points. Gets them both.
And Hubert Davis is going to be all over Jerry Stackhouse.
Stackhouse around the screen. Robinson guarded by Popeye. Fade away. Dagger. Cliff Robinson with 12 points in the game. Ties it at 86. Jordan lays it off Whitney with 5 seconds. MJ double team. Baseline. He missed it. And Barry comes up with it. Always hustling.
Well, you got to get back, guys. Make sure you cover up.
Stackhouse. And a timeout called by Detroit. 21 and 20. This time last year, the Wizards were 7 and 34. Amazing turnaround. They went under 500 at 19-20 for the first time since December 16th. And have bounced back with wins over Cleveland and Phoenix.
They're going right back down to Clifford Robinson.
With Popeye on him. He'll take the jumper. Big shot by Robinson.
Boy, interesting. They like, Rick Carlisle obviously likes that matchup there. The last 2 possessions on key possessions.
Let's send it over to George Johnson. George.
Well, Buckhantz, obviously, Michael Jordan is the #1 option. If he does not have a shot, watch for Hubert Davis, who will get a back screen from one of his players to get free to take the game winner. Back over to you guys.
Fans on their feet in Washington. Whitney. Jumper. Can't get the roll. Davis jumper. Can't get it. And the Pistons have it, and they will likely have the game.
First shot by Whitney, a tough shot, but he wanted to make sure he got it up. Detroit's defense didn't allow them to swing the ball to Jordan. They really did a good job denying. Take a second look at how this thing set up. You see Michael Curry really overplaying Michael. Whitney decides at that point, hey, we've got to get a shot off. Hubert Davis gets an even better look, just hits the front of the rim and doesn't go down.
They call a foul on the rebound on Popeye Jones. Davis unable to convert the jumper. Here's your foul. The Wizards had the foul to give. So all Detroit has to do is inbound the ball. Leading by 2. Frustration on the face of Doug Collins. Michael Jordan with 32 points to lead all scorers. And a foul call with 3/10 of a second.
If he just misses this. But he doesn't.
Lou fires, good if it goes. And it does not. Heartbreaking loss for the Wizards, who gave it their all tonight. Came back, took a lead, but couldn't quite get over the hump. Our Subway play of the game, Clifford Robinson, who hits a huge jumper to give his team the win. Wizards basketball returns to Comcast Sportsnet Thursday night when the Wizards travel to Cleveland to take on the Cavaliers.